Hello everybody, Rambling Bard here for a short video. Just a real quick thing that I wanted to talk about, being wrong. Being wrong about things. It sucks. When you learn that you're wrong about something, it sucks even worse. And sometimes our pride has us hold on to that wrongness and stick to our guns, so to speak, because that's in our minds, personally, when you're wrong about something, that's inherently better. That, hey, well, at least he's sticking to his guns, I gotta respect that. More respect will come to you, though it doesn't seem that way. More respect will come to you if you admit that you're wrong and admit you learned something new. From there, you start to do things like figuring out why you were wrong about it, going back and examining your past experiences and things that might have influenced you to think that wrong thought, and then you can respond and explain more. You know, this might be where this was coming from, but it's not as negative as you might think to openly admit, especially in a public discussion about whatever subject, that you were wrong and that you've learned something. It's incredibly freeing, is my point. And I don't want to. I ramble. I ramble a lot. I mean, it's the moniker. That's what I do. But it's pretty succinct with this one. You've been shown you're wrong about something. We've all been there. We've all been at that place where we've been fighting tooth and nail for our side of the argument, and we have been painted into a corner, whether by our own volition or by whoever we are discussing things with, and shown in our heart of hearts and in our mind that we are wrong. And we've been there. I think everybody's been there. Correct? I mean, I could be wrong! But I'm pretty sure everybody's been there. And then you're faced with a choice of, well, do I now sacrifice my pride and all of these things that I've said? I'm in it too deep. I can't. Nope. I'm sticking my guns. You will glean so much more respect for simply saying, you know what, you were right. And I think I might be wrong on this particular subject. And you're not getting the respect from the other person because you're telling them they're right. You're not getting the respect from the other person because you are admitting defeat. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with learning and growing and evolving and becoming a better you. So, when you're arguing something you feel strongly about, and you're talking with a bunch of other people, or even one other person that's arguing strongly about something, and they've got facts and all sorts of things to back them up that trump what you say. Let go of your pride. Give it a chance. Let go of your pride and say, I made a mistake. An ongoing mistake. And now I'm going to have to learn how not to think that way. This is going to be the first video that I've posted in a series of rants. This is the first one that I want to do. And it's all about pride and admitting when you're wrong. As children, we accept that we don't know everything. Most of the time. You do get the kids that will tell an adult, no, it's pig Newtons. Louis C.K. But on a whole, children learn that I'm young. I don't understand the whole world yet. And at some point, we convince ourselves, I understand the whole world now. And that's the folly. Because we don't. No one person will completely and totally 100% understand every other culture, every other gender, every other sexuality. It's never gonna fucking happen, so stop thinking that you're doing it. People have experiences that are very different from yours. Life is more vastly complex and chaotic and different just based on where you live sometimes. Not to mention socioeconomic trends and religions. And open up to being wrong. And more importantly, open up to admitting when you've been wrong. Because it's what follows after being wrong that's the more important of the aspects of a person, for lack of a better way to sum that up. It's what comes after admitting being wrong. It's the growth. You grow, you change, you learn, get a new wrinkle on your brain, or whatever the old wives' tale is. And that's a beautiful thing. Understanding the scope of the human experience from somebody else's shoes on any issue is tantamount to making sure that we survive as a society and as a race, as human beings. All of us are human beings, no matter the color of our skin, our gender, our sexuality, our religion, our creed, any of it. We're all humans. We're all in this together. And isolating yourself with pride and sticking to your guns will do just that. It'll isolate. I've lost a lot of friends and family members because they isolated themselves, because they stuck to their guns. I isolated myself from people in the same manner, irrevocably, because no amount of apologizing sometimes is enough. And that's another part of it. I think that's probably the final part of admitting to being wrong, is understanding that even when you admit to it, and even apologize for it, and learn and grow, showing it moving forward, there are some people who will never be okay with you. And that's okay. But I'm not saying throw all of your philosophies or your personal truths out the window. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when you hear someone else's personal truth and it resonates within you, and your personal truth somehow doesn't resonate like it did, weigh that in. Change yourself. Change your mind. Evolve. I think that pretty much sums it up. So that's all for today. Thanks for stopping by and watching The Rambling Bard. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more rants or Let's Plays or music like you've seen here on this channel. And let us know what you think and what other kind of things you'd like to see on this variety show. As always, I like to sign off with saying a very simple thing from one of my biggest influences in my entire life. Remember, folks, the world is just a ride. There is no life or death. And in the end, it's ultimately a choice between love and fear. Choose love. Bye, everybody.